The courtroom is filled with a tense silence as James, a homeless man in his late 30s, stands before Judge Caprio. He's wearing tattered clothes, his eyes darting nervously. The charge is clear: theft of a loaf of bread. The prosecutor wastes no time. Your Honor, this man has stolen from a local store. It's theft, plain and simple. There's no excuse. James shuffles his feet, head down. His public defender stands up, trying to explain. James has no criminal history. He's simply trying to survive. This is not a case of malicious intent, but a cry for help. Judge Caprio remains stoic, his gaze never leaving James. "Why did you steal the bread?" he asks. James stammers, his voice shaky. I didn't have anywhere to go. I was hungry. I just wanted to feed myself." His words hang in the air, heavy with truth. The courtroom stirs, but Caprio's face shows no emotion. James's guilt is clear, but the circumstances aren't. The prosecutor sharpens his words. Hungry or not, the law is the law. A crime is a crime. A wave of discomfort fills the room. Will the judge uphold the law without mercy, or will he take the man's desperate situation into account? The silence is deafening as Judge Caprio sits back in his chair, unsure of the next step. But what happened next shocked everyone in the courtroom. The courtroom quiets as James's public defender, a young woman named Sarah, stands up to speak. "Your Honor, I ask you to hear James's story before making your judgment." She pauses, locking eyes with the judge. James has been homeless for nearly a year. He lost his job when the factory he worked at shut down, and with no family to support him, he ended up on the streets. James, his hands trembling, finally looks up. "I never wanted this. I had a life, a good one. But when the job went, so did everything. I don't know where to turn anymore." The courtroom listens intently as Sarah continues. James doesn't steal for fun or greed. He steals because he's trying to survive. He's not a criminal. He's a man pushed to the edge. A murmur passes through the room. Some eyes soften. Others remain skeptical. Judge Caprio's eyes flicker with concern, but his expression remains neutral. "James," the judge asks, his voice steady, "how are you planning to change your life?" James swallows hard. "I've tried. I've gone to shelters, applied for jobs, but it's hard. Nobody wants to hire someone with no home." The tension in the room builds. Is this simply a man caught in a desperate act? Or does he truly deserve a chance to turn his life around? The prosecutor stands, his tone sharp. "Your Honor, while we can sympathize with Mr. James's situation, we cannot allow him to use hardship as an excuse for breaking the law. If we give him a free pass, what kind of message does that send?" James' attorney, Sarah, rises to respond. "Punishing him isn't the answer. You're not dealing with a hardened criminal. You're dealing with a man at his lowest point. Sending him to jail won't help him. It will only make things worse." The prosecutor shoots back. "You're asking for mercy when the law demands justice. If we make exceptions for everyone who's struggling, where do we draw the line?" Judge Caprio leans forward, his hands steepled together. "And if we don't show mercy, where does that leave us?" The question hangs in the air, unspoken. The tension escalates. Some members of the courtroom are visibly moved by Sarah's plea, while others feel the weight of the law pressing down. A long pause follows. The judge remains quiet, his face unreadable. The courtroom is divided. The weight of the decision is growing heavier by the second. Will the judge prioritize justice or compassion? But what happened next shocked everyone in the courtroom. Judge Caprio finally speaks, his voice grave. "Mr. James, you've heard the arguments. You've heard the law. But I must decide, are you a criminal or are you the victim of your circumstances?" James' breath catches in his throat. I'm just trying to survive, Your Honor." The judge studies him for a moment. "But survival at the expense of others is still a crime. So what do we do with you?" He shifts his gaze to the prosecutor, then to James's attorney. The entire courtroom is holding its breath, waiting for Caprio's ruling. James' voice cracks as he answers. "I just want a chance to live again, to work, to get back on my feet. I'm not asking for a handout, just a chance." The judge nods slowly. "And what happens when you get that chance, Mr. James? Will you squander it like so many others? I won't, James says, his voice firm. I'll prove it to you. The judge's eyes narrow slightly, his decision teetering on a knife's edge. The room is tense, unsure of where it will go. The courtroom grows deathly silent as Judge Caprio finally delivers his verdict. Mr. James, he begins, his tone uncharacteristically soft. I'm not going to sentence you to jail, but I won't let you go without giving you a chance. You will be provided with shelter, food, and a job placement program. The prosecutor looks stunned. Sarah James's attorney is speechless for a moment. The tension in the room is thick. James blinks, almost in disbelief. I'm not saying you won't have to work hard, Judge Caprio continues, but you've been given a second chance, and that's not something I take lightly. James breaks down, tears streaming down his face. Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Honor. The courtroom reacts with mixed emotions. Some are relieved, others stunned by the unorthodox decision. Some argue that justice should have been harsher, but in that moment, one man has been given a chance that few would expect. Morale. Sometimes true justice isn't about punishment, it's about giving people the chance to redeem themselves. Reflective question. Do you believe mercy should always come before justice? Or are there times when the law should take precedence? Subscribe for more real courtroom stories with real lessons.